In this video, I will demonstrate the different ways you can sync jobs between Spectrum and Procore. The integration between Procore and Spectrum as it relates to jobs is a two-way integration. This means that jobs that have been created in Spectrum can be used to create new projects in Procore, or you can also create projects in Procore that can be sent over to Spectrum. One thing to keep in mind is that if a job already exists in both Procore and in Spectrum, we cannot link the pre-existing Procore project with the pre-existing Spectrum job. Here I am in Procore at the company level looking at my list of projects. To add any projects from Spectrum into Procore, I need to be logged into Procore as a user with at least standard level access to ERP integrations and also have the ability to import jobs from accounting. In this case, I'm logged in as a user with the correct permissions, so I'll need to navigate to my toolbox. And then I'll click on ERP Integrations. Next, I'll select the Jobs subtab. When you click on the Jobs subtab, the Ready to Import filter is displayed by default. In this filter, you'll see any jobs from Spectrum that have not yet been synced with Procore. Now, I'll walk you through the steps of adding a Spectrum job to Procore. Before adding the job to Procore, you'll want to make sure the job name in Spectrum is accurate because it will become the project name in Procore. In order to add a Spectrum job to Procore, I'll go to the Procore Project Template field and choose a template from the drop-down menu. Choosing a Procore project template is optional, but highly recommended. After choosing a project template, you can simply click on Add to Procore. The Spectrum job has now been successfully added to Procore. In the Filter section, you'll also notice there's a Synced filter. This Synced filter will show you all of the jobs that have been synced between Procore and Spectrum. If I click on the Synced filter, we see that the job I just added to Procore now shows up in this filter. Now, I'll go back to the company level and look at my portfolio list. I now see that my job has been added to the portfolio list in Procore, and I also see that a green ERP banner is showing up next to the job name. This green ERP banner lets me know this job is synced between Procore and Spectrum. Next, let's take a look at how to send a Procore project to Spectrum. In my portfolio list in Procore, there are a few projects that do not display the green ERP banner. This means the project has not been synced with Spectrum. I'll choose one of these projects to walk you through the process of sending a job to Spectrum. Before I can send a project to Spectrum, the project must include at least one Spectrum cost code and one Spectrum category. I also need at least one job in Spectrum I can use as a template job. To send this project to Spectrum, I need to go to the admin settings for the project. Next, I need to click on Send to ERP. You'll notice the Send to ERP button is grayed out. To find out why, I'll just hover my mouse over the button. The message is letting me know that one of my cost codes is missing a category. To correct this, I need to click on Cost Code Category Assignments. Now, I need to select at least one category for this cost code and then click on Save. Now that I've corrected the issue, I can go back to my General Project settings and then click on Send to ERP. This will start the process of sending this job to Spectrum. Next, I'll go back to the company level in Procore and click on ERP Integrations. Now, I'll click on the Jobs subtab. In the Jobs subtab, on the right-hand side under Filters, you'll see a Ready to Export filter. Any job that has been sent to ERP will show up under the Ready to Export filter. In the Ready to Export filter, you can see my job is listed here and is ready to be sent to Spectrum. In order to officially send this job to Spectrum, I need to be an accounting approver. The accounting approver's role is to make sure all of the information looks correct before it goes over to Spectrum. As the accounting approver, if there's missing or incorrect information on the job, I can click on the Reject option. When I select Reject, a Comments area appears. In the Comments area, I can indicate why I'm rejecting the entry. The person who clicked the Send to ERP button previously will receive an email letting them know that their project was rejected. Any comments I've entered will be included with the email, so it's always a good idea to make sure and include your reasoning here so the person who sent it knows why it was rejected and what they need to do before resending it to ERP. If everything looks correct, I can choose the Accept option. Next, I need to choose my Spectrum template job from the drop-down menu. The template job will be used to populate the division, taxable flag, and the price method code fields once the project is sent to Spectrum. Now, I need to enter an ID number for the job. The Spectrum ID I enter in this field will become the job ID number in Spectrum. After I enter a job ID, I can now click on Export. The export is now being performed. The project has now been successfully exported and will show up in my list of jobs in Spectrum. In Spectrum, I can verify that my job was successfully exported by opening the Job Cost application. Now, I'll enter in the Spectrum ID I used to export the job. I've now verified that my job is in Spectrum.
Thanks for watching.